There's a reason you notice the Audi Q8 even before you hear it. Maybe it's the stance, wide, planted, with that unmistakable sloping roofline. Maybe it's the front grille, larger than ever, flanked by LED lighting signatures that seem to watch the road ahead like eyes. But whatever it is, the Q8 doesn't shout. It doesn't have to. It arrives with quiet authority. And in 2025, Audi's flagship SUV coupe isn't reinvented, but it is reimagined. More refined, more intelligent, more Audi than ever. Let's start with how the Q8 feels before it even moves. You walk up to it, and the flush lines, the sculpted surfaces, and that muscular rear end all come together with a kind of sculptural purpose. It looks heavy, intentional, solid. But there's a sleekness to it, like a luxury suit tailored for someone who's still capable of a street fight. The 2025 update isn't radical, but it's meaningful. Slight changes to the grille, sharper matrix LED or optional OLED taillights, new wheel designs. They're subtle but effective. Audi hasn't touched the silhouette because, frankly, it didn't need to. This was always the best-looking SUV in its class. Still is. Beneath that sculpted body lies a heart that blends power and restraint. Most 2025 Q8s come with a 3.0-liter turbocharged V6, the tried-and-true 55 TFSI, making 335 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with Audi's mild hybrid system and, of course, Quattro all-wheel drive. This setup won't snap your neck, but it delivers smooth, composed acceleration. There's torque right where you want it. Off the line, mid-merge, or pulling past a slower vehicle on a mountain road. 0 to 60, just about 5.5 seconds. It's not blistering, but it's respectable. And more importantly, it feels effortless. There's no drama, no wild gear hunting. Just smooth, linear motion that suits the Q8's quiet confidence. But if you do want drama, there's the SQ8. Or if you really need an SUV that thinks it's a race car, the RS Q8 Performance pushes the envelope, packing well over 600 horsepower and a thunderous V8 roar that could wake a village. Still, the standard Q8? It's more than enough for most. This is where the Q8 truly separates itself. On the road, the Q8 is a paradox, tall yet stable, heavy yet composed, large yet agile. The 2025 model benefits from refinements to its suspension and steering systems. Audi's adaptive air suspension, standard or optional depending on trim, smooths out imperfections like a luxury sedan, yet firms up in corners to keep body roll in check. Steering at low speeds feels lighter now, recalibrated to reduce effort during tight urban maneuvering. But as speed builds, it firms up, giving you confidence and control on highways or winding roads. It's a vehicle that shrinks around you the faster you go. It doesn't float. It doesn't lean. It glides, tautly, confidently. And the cabin? Whisper quiet. Double-glazed glass, meticulous insulation, and just enough engine note to remind you there's something capable underfoot. If there's a single place where Audi has always led, it's the interior. And the 2025 Q8 is no exception. Slide in, and the cabin feels like it was carved from a single piece of obsidian. Materials are soft where they should be, cold and metallic where they need to be. The craftsmanship is unmistakable. Tight panel gaps, real wood or aluminum trim, stitched leather surfaces. It's all there. Front and center, a digital twin-screen setup. A 10.1-inch upper display handles navigation, media, and apps. Below, an 8.6-inch screen controls climate and seat functions. It's sleek, minimalist, and intuitive after a brief learning curve. The 12.3-inch Virtual Cockpit sits behind the wheel, crystal clear, highly customizable, and gorgeous in motion. Of course, there's wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Of course, there's a head-up display, ambient lighting, and massage seats if you want them. This is a luxury flagship after all. But perhaps the best part is how comfortable it all is. You sit high, but not awkwardly. The seats hold you just right. Every button feels right where it should be. It's a car that seems to anticipate your preferences before you even think them. Despite the coupe SUV styling, the Q8 remains practical. There's ample legroom for rear passengers. More than you might expect, actually. The sloping roofline doesn't compromise headroom unless you're unusually tall. Cargo space is generous too, especially with the rear seats folded. You're not sacrificing daily usability for style here. You're just getting both. This is one of those rare vehicles that handles a family vacation with the same grace it brings to a black tie gala. Audi is doubling down on smart features in 2025. A host of driver assistance systems comes standard: adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, traffic sign recognition, now standard across the board. Optional upgrades include park assist, night vision, and a surround view camera system that renders tight parking situations nearly foolproof. Audi's software has also been updated for smoother operation, faster responses, and fewer hiccups when jumping between apps or system functions. And over-the-air updates mean your Q8 will stay current longer. New features and improvements can be added without a dealership visit. The Q8 was never meant to be inexpensive. It starts around $75,000 in the US, more in other markets depending on tax and options. But you're not paying just for a badge or a spec sheet. You're paying for a complete experience, for craftsmanship, refinement, balance, and for a vehicle that blurs the line between utility and grand touring luxury. Sure, other SUVs might offer more power per dollar. Some may have more aggressive styling, but few tie it all together quite like this. So who is the Q8 for? It's not for someone chasing lap times or Instagram likes. It's for someone who values understatement, someone who wants luxury without flash, someone who wants performance without panic. It's for a driver who appreciates that real power whispers, that real luxury doesn't need to scream. The 2025 Q8 is a calm, collected, and deeply capable machine. It won't dominate headlines. It won't win drag races against electric hypercars. But it will win your respect, slowly, subtly, and completely. As the world leans toward electrification, the Q8 represents a bridge, still proudly combustion-powered, but tech-savvy, eco-conscious, and future-ready. It doesn't chase trends. It refines tradition. And in doing so, it becomes something rare, not just an SUV,